This is a quick overview of the organizational strategy for intentional development and change. In the organizational model for intentional development and change, there are two key points of reference: the current state of the organization and the desired future of the organization. These points of reference are connected by the organization's mission, also known as the journey with a purpose. This model may seem simple, but the process for change requires knowledge, work, and commitment. The first step in this process is to identify where the organization wants to be. We call this the organization's desired future, and you will find it in the company's vision statement. The second step in the process is to identify exactly what is occurring in the organization today. We refer to this as the current state. So why do we need to compare the desired future of the organization with its current state? Simply put, we do this to ensure the organization is effective in achieving its mission. Remember, the only way to advance from the current state of the organization to the desired future is by effectively following the mission. So what does it mean when the current state doesn't align with the desired future of the organization? The simple answer is that the organization has either hit a roadblock or it has gone off course from its intended journey. When the intended journey or mission is not followed, and the current state does not align with the desired future, we often see negative symptoms that are harmful or unhealthy, such as a decline in financial health, misguided projects, as well as low morale and frustrated, unengaged employees. The good news is that these symptoms represent an opportunity for positive change. And this brings us to the third step in the process. We need to examine the gap. This is where we take a closer look at the gap between the current state and the desired future, so that we can learn more about why the organization derailed from its mission. So what's the best way to examine and understand the gap? One reliable way is to conduct a gap analysis. A gap analysis is an effective tool for diagnosing the underlying causes for problems in organizations. A reliable gap analysis also reveals opportunities that can help the organization take the necessary steps to get back on track with its mission toward its desired future. The first step in a gap analysis is to collect data related to the problem. The second step is to analyze and interpret the data. And the third step is to share the data with the organization in the form of useful information that will support the need for change. So what happens after the data is collected, analyzed, and reported? At this point, you'll work with the organization to ensure that there is a readiness for change. Then you'll want to create a plan for designing and implementing effective interventions. Remember throughout this process that your plan should also address how to manage the transition from the current misaligned state to the realigned state with the desired future. So how can you be sure that the changes you help to implement will be sustained over time and that the organization will not return to the status quo? First, you need to develop a measurement and feedback process, as well as a schedule for implementing change. Next, you'll create assessment tools for measuring the effectiveness of the changes. And finally, you'll create a framework for sustaining and institutionalizing the changes to keep the organization on track with its mission and aligned with its desired future. That's it. Now, go be an effective change agent in your organization.